Well, welcome to the first episode of the new season. It starts here 23, 24, and good riddance to last season, although albeit congratulations to Rory Harford from Los Scouts in North Dublin. Again, our winner, the Christy Nicholson Pub Fancy FPL League, part of our FPL Top Dogs party house going. The original hat here, the red one. I've got the other ones done, so there's news on that. There's news on my team coming up, my first and second draft. It's not too much different. My thinking is along. I've changed a little bit in regard to the setup, team formations, and stuff like that. I want to talk a lot about Brighton actually, and how many of these guys do we really need? We definitely need one or two anyway. But yeah, it's the first episode. We're only, I think it's the 11th of August. We kick off on Friday. Burnley are hosting Man City. A Man City without Mahrez and Gundogan, their captain, and obviously Silva, the 11th, which will be 8 o'clock kickoff. And so we're not too far away. It's best to get this kicked off a couple of weeks in advance so that we just get a bit back into the routine. Wearing my Dynamo Lviv shirt, courtesy of my good friend, and who's in Malaga at the minute now, Ivan. Yeah, so let's get straight into this. First of all, what will I do first? Possibly, yeah, let's have a look at. Yeah, not into this now. I'm going to give the league codes as well. There's two of them for the King of the Travelers head to head and the Christy Nicholson itself. Yeah, let's have a look where I was. I've been pretty quiet enough. I've been pretty solid compared to last season. I was chopping and changing the whole lot. Not very decisive, and I better share the screen as well. That will help. Yeah, all the content that's been going on as well. From Andy from FPL Top Dogs. I've not been really following it. We're all getting quite a bit of a good break, and of course, let's have this break while we can. And I'm really enjoying the break, because when this thing kicks up again, I do not want to be propping up 2.1 million managers like I did last season. Annus horribilis, very bad season. My worst season was 330k, and that was my first season. So that just goes to show. So where am I this year? The first draft, people have been kind of accusing me that, oh, you're just copying Andy, yeah, you're true to your form. You said you were gonna. You say a lot of things in life, but this team I picked myself about. I got my team registered ASAP. I think it was the 11th of July as well, Wednesday if it was, and registered it very quick. And I think my registration something like 32,000 and 15 minutes was, I think it went live around 5 p.m. on that Wednesday, and between me walking from the house to the station, it was 15 minutes, and by the time I got there, it was live. I knew it was coming. I warned everybody. It's important to get this registration number where you find on your points column when you go into your fancy league, and that will give you an idea of what will happen to you if you end up on the same points and the same transfers done. And this applies throughout the whole season, not like at the end of game week 38. This is how the micro differentiation of the players occurs. If you've got the same points, well then yeah. But the orders in regard to, how many transfers. Okay, loads of people that could have the same points in transfers. It's very tight, especially if you're copying an influencer. And then it will go down to your rank. What's the speediest time you did it? So, or you entered. or re-registered or whatever. So that's just a little brief point. Yeah, look, I went for Pickford. I think he's great value, 4.5. He's a regular, lots of save points. And Everton, I like Everton's run really for the first 6 games. And my whole modus operandi this year is to make less decisions like I did at the beginning. I think I had a wild card and a free hit done by game week 4 last season. I was all up in the air. The Haaland thing done me. I had him 1 week, got rid of him another week, free hit him in week 3 when I had him from the beginning. I got the points then, but then I lost the points after the free hit, and the why it was just a total mess. Never got the points back. And I did well from 7.5 million to get down to 2.1. But that's what I'm going to do this year. Less decisions and mitigate. Everyone is fully aware that Liverpool are playing the Cherries, Bournemouth at Anfield in the second game week. But I don't like Chelsea's Chelsea Liverpool. That's usually a tight, edgy game. We don't know what to expect from Poches. We know it's going to be a 4-2-3-1 system. If that makes it 4-2 is 6-9. Yeah, 4-2-3-1 system. That's what Poch likes. So we have to see if Hall is going to play in that system and where all the other guys are and who he fancies. So I want to watch that game and just run the rule. So my strategy here anyway was to leave. Well, at this just has no money in the bank to do anything. So I'm not going to be able to get Salah from this game week, this first draft I've done. Love Saka is on penalties. Mitoma, okay, he kind of tailed off the end of the season. I still like him, but he's not a cast certain. But I like Brighton's run is brilliant, and I don't want to use a wild card in the first 2 or 3 game weeks. I want to try and leave that for a lot closer to the first international break in as it's October, late October, November time, whenever it is. That's the best time to kind of mull over it. So I've definitely got the head in regard to not having to do one as an early stage. So I'm mitigating this. Gabriel, no brainer. If you have Ramsdale, I don't want to go Ramsdale, Gabriel, and just one Arsenal. I would prefer to have 2 midfielders or a midfielder and a striker. Jesus, he does get injured. He doesn't convert everything. He's quite streaky. He's not like a Harry Kane. He gets one every game or one an assist. He's pretty streaky. He's another year older. Possibly this is a great game for him to come back fresh, and Arsenal for their assault, which they should get really close after the signings of Timber, Rice, and I like the other dude. Well, Havertz, not quite. He's not FPL gold. Havertz. One of the Arsenal lads on the radio, he was saying, and he's convinced that Havertz will play as a number 8 in the Shaka sort of position. That means he's going to have to do a bit of tracking back and tackling, and I'm not sure if Havertz is that sort of dude. I think he's cover definitely for Jesus. So squad wise, it's a no-brainer, but I'm not quite sure. Partey looks like he'll stay on, which is good for Arsenal. What a player! Just stick if he keeps fit. If he kept fit for the whole rest of that season, they wouldn't have won just 3 in 11 or whatever it was in the home straight. So I'm sure that's what a player. Arsenal will come close again this season, if not win it. In Buemo, look, I love the guy. Great price, 6.5. Brentford have a great run in. Look, and Buemo scored at the back end of the season against Spurs away as well. His pace and power, he's guaranteed. Tony will be out till January. There's nothing not to like, and I think he'd be one of the highest owned. He's a great facilitator. So I think he's probably the first one on my team I'm not changing. Not changing him. Gabriel Estupian, no way. Love Estupian, 5 million, phenomenal price. Can't go wrong. I like TAA. I've been mulling over TAA a lot. We'll see there. Rashford and Ferdinand, Bruno. Look, Wolves. I love United's run for most of the season. It's they're not playing too much apart from Spurs, which they have a terrific record away last season. They managed they went 2-0 up. I was there at the game, and I'll be there on the 19th of August with my red hat. I was there with the 2-2. Spurs came back. I wasn't cheering. 2-0 up, and it was frustrating. Um, I was accused of taking a picture for a Spurs fan at Tottenham that night. And are you Spurs fan? And I was in a black jacket and I had a red cap. Oh, it was so obvious. Why did you? Um, but yeah, it's just amazing how fans spot it when you change allegiance. I'm going back to United anyway. I was United, I was always United. Anyone who questions my heritage, mate, I am gold. It's a good sign for United fans that I'm coming back. It's a good sign. And I think Onana is just brilliant signing, ball playing, goalkeeper, terrific. Um, and I'll get on to Brighton. I'm going to do a little feature on Brighton there, along with like De Gea, great shot stopper. I think goalkeepers have evolved now to the Ellisons and Emerson and possibly Steele. We'll get into Steele, Brighton goalkeeper as well there. So yeah, Bruno, I'm gonna go with United here and see how they play first game against Wolves. I'm not sure if they've just got rid of Raul Jimenez. They have bits and pieces. They're looking to offload Poidance or whatever you know what I mean. Looks like he wants to go as well. I think Wolves are in real threat for next season, mate. Buddy, whatever Irish version. It's made sound so bad, doesn't it? Jesus, yeah. Look, as I said before, Jesus Haaland's a no-brainer. He's going to be captaining. But the second game, I'm looking could be Salah, obviously at home. Although he's a terrible record against Bournemouth, he missed the penalty last season. He didn't score in the 9-0, so I have a bit of trepidation for it, and the bench is just fodder stuff. Although Sergio, he can come on and play an odd game first, in rotation. So that's in Moamba or Mubama. I've seen a little bit of him in Spurs in that 3-2 win against Tottenham, and he featured it. He knows where the goal is. He scored that day, I think, against Spurs. So I'm keeping him there. Some people are going for Archer, but that's the first draft. Let's see. There's not much different. Yeah, I like Incesio, but in this formation, I'm kind of really looking to how am I going to get Salah in this team? So these two are in here. So there's money in here. So that I was going to have a look at Saka, Bruno, and Rashford and see which one I get rid of to get Salah in for the second game. And then I'll have the TAA there. And as I said about the rest. So like Onana, I think you get lots of these pass completions, and I'm hoping he won't make any mistakes. You don't get much time in the Premier League to be messing around too much at the back. A lot of traps that get set, unlike in Italy. He's come from Atalanta, and that's a great signing for United. But Henderson in there, Tom Heaton's been playing in the Frank over in America. But like he's a new signing, so a little bit of pressure. Look, he's playing for a manager. He played with Ajax. He knows Erik ten Hag very, very well. So it's a no-brainer, really. So I'm still dabbling with this guy, Onana. But so I've gone back to Pickford. He's just going to be stable. This is the latest one I'm thinking of. let's say I've changed obviously from the 3-5 2 because I think I can get in Martinelli in midfield here. No, I am dabbling with. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, Martinelli. I can get Martinelli in there, or Jesus. I know Martinelli's minutes with Trossard and yeah. But the more I think about it, I am preferring more this. I know there's Ollie Watkins and I know there's Wilson and I know Wilson is a prone. He's a streaky as well. He scores braces. He looks good. But Newcastle have a tough start. They're playing like Liverpool and I think United, and they've got a tough. Oh yeah, they're playing. I think they're very tough. I'll go into it later, but everybody knows that's why there's not much in regard to Trippier in this. But I think I've changed it since I changed actually on the bus going back. So this is one thing. I got money in the bank now to get Salah in. So TA is that's just don't like it, but I like the 4-5-1. There's John Egan there for Sheffield as well, and this Ahmed Okovic, whatever his name is. But both them two can score goals, and they're only 4.5 for Sheffield. And as we've seen, we've seen with Forest, Fulham, and Bournemouth, they all got promoted last season and they all stayed up. But there's no way I can see that with Sheffield. Sheffield, John Lindstrom before, FPL legend. He did an amazing for them to stay up that season. I'm not sure Sheffield this season. God, are you joking me? Burnley are up. Will they play Brazil stuff for the whole? It's a total different story up in the Prem. You go ball playing and playing that like Fulham did very well to actually play brilliant stuff. A lot of that down to Silva, good coach. Mitrovic, terrific season, but now he's out, and I think that's where Jimenez has gone to now, and Mitrovic is miffed off that he's being priced out of a big move to Saudi possibly. So he's stalling the digger at Fulham. So Jimenez will be coming in. I'm not sure. There you go. That's where I am there. I'm not sure about the guys going up and Luton. Like I would be shocked if them three stayed up. Might be one, but it means in the last couple of seasons the promoted teams have been winning. Leeds, Southampton down. That they're big clubs, and since Bielsa's left, Bielsa ball, Leeds didn't last long, which is a shame for them without the Bielsa ball. Okay, halfway break. This is the code here to join the Christy Nick. So anyone who hasn't so far, II4WOJ. Okay. Yeah, let's have a quick look who is. Well, I'll give you that option. And then the King of the Travelers, the head-to-head. We nearly got about 27 last season. It would be cool if we got 38, so you'd only play one person. That's the problem with the King of the Travel. You don't get 38 in there. To really work hard and try and get as many people in this thing. I want 38. It would be just 10 times better. Share code by email. Copy. No good. Oh, there it is. That's the code there, folks. AYCCCA. That's the code. So join the King of the Travelers. I need 38, please. Merci beaucoup. Дуже добре. Хорошо. Please, будь ласка. Пожалуйста. Скажите, будь ласка. If you please. Excuse me. I was worried there. I was really worried. It's only me and James for the second. me and the Maeve. Maverick. The Maverick, yeah, he's delighted with his the trophy. It was a nice surprise getting home from work or training. So the names are coming up there. There'll be more anyway. Owen's in there, Joe Braid, usual, Joey Fahy, brilliant. So Fats, the Joy, the Fats. Mafia play. He'd be definitely in the some sort of mock up anyway. Nicholas Lowman. This guy, Nicholas, is my manager at the Royal Albert Hall in South Kensington. I sell the merch in there. So, yeah, Nicholas is in there, and that's fair enough as long as we know each other. The face man's in there, Connor Freely, Adam Hickey, Niall, Chip Richardson, Jeremy Phillips, James E. DeMave, Kieran Kiley, great stuff, great names. Look at this, Jack Malone's in from Perth, John Season there, Donal. Yeah, Cyril Collins, Connor Hussey, Luke, William, Stephen, James. Yeah, a good crowd to start off. And Rory Halford, our defending champion. And Farrett Smodo, who is a resident here in Gants Hill, who I know he's a Zimbabwe lad, and he's a massive Ireland rugby fan. And we got the snowman, Christy Kilcourse, along with the Oracle. So that's a great Christy Nicholson as it is. Very, very good. The fancy draft, I haven't done that. I'm going to do that with the fancy draft this year for top dogs will all be to do with Stevie Stress and Jackie Malone in Perth. We're all entered it. I'll share the code. Right. Let's get back to this. Right. Okay. Right. This is the latest. I've done all my messing around with this team really in the last few days. Because that first one you saw there, the one that looks like the template, yeah, boyish 11 Wega. That was just a quick way just to get a name in so I could. And we got the United up here now. No more Spurs. Okay. People get the message. Black and red there for Ballyhaunis. And I just like the contrast of the other colors with a bit of green and yellow. Oh, green and yellow. That's Kerryish, isn't it? I just noticed that. Yeah, the more I keep thinking about it, Ezra takes penalties. And Buemo is just a no-brainer. Watching these two. Now I'm fighting over Martinelli and Jesus, of course. I'm thinking, but with how much in the bank? 4.5 in the bank. Now, if you want to have three strikers, you're not going to be able to save. You can have three strikers, and then maybe a Salah, and then you're struggling for the rest. I love Trippier. I'm one of his biggest fans. Of course, I'd have Mings. Mings is just definitely going to play. That's a good Villa team. Unai Emery has done a terrific job at Villa, and they're touted. The people are bullish about Villa. Nothing much on the bench really. Yeah, there's Archer. Forrester might get a game or two. I'm not sure. Lloris is out the window. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with this Stupian. Ezra. Yeah, just thinking about Ezra or Mitoma or Encensio or Martinelli. But then I got 4.5, so getting rid of Rashford. I'll have 1 million left. I think Ezra is 6.5, so 7.5 could be a Foden. I could do a Foden, and then definitely. Well, I don't want to get rid. Rashford does well. It's all ifs and buts, but it's like a lot of mitigation goes. I'm mitigating from what happened to me last year. But if you look at United, I think they're going to do well against Spurs. Okay, the Arsenal one and the Brighton, they're tricky. They will be tricky, but it's Man United. They do well. and I'm looking to try and get to this October stage. If I can get to around this without making it a wild card, just sit and stick on this. Okay, like the points aren't made. Even Burnley away could be tricky. Vincent Company now, and their new style. But no, I'm like, I just like the whole lot. So Eze's in. There's a lot of hoo-ha. Eze, Sheffield away, Brentford away, tricky games. It's Palace. I'm just thinking that without Zaha, who's gone to Galatasaray, Eze has to be the main man. I hear Elise is being touted for City. Don't know if that will come off, but yeah, he's good, but is he that good to carry a team? That's what I'm thinking. So, just pause for a minute. Hello. Yeah, not too bad, Rob. Good. Yeah, fine. Great. Yeah, went well. Good to be back. Yeah. 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 Oh, definitely. Yeah. There's half the staff are new. Yeah. 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 No, no, not at all. I know the story. But Bobby explained the whole. Well, Nick explained the whole thing what they're doing, and I thought it's fair enough. They said they'd be out of pocket if they lose. If they don't get staff or they don't have enough train, they'll be out of pocket, and that's intolerable. Oh yeah. Well, I was told. Listen, Rob. I was told by actually Bobby. I said, listen, Bobby, I don't want to do all the shifts. Okay. So what's your advice? And they all started laughing. Said, just apply for them all, and you won't get them, which is what I did. So I applied for them all, and I ended up getting every second day. So I'll take it. I don't want to have every single, like I've got a full-time job. So, but I think I can handle 2 or 3 shifts. I can handle what you're giving me now. So, but yeah, I know the crack. Yeah, they've been pretty open and what the story is there now. Yeah. No. Yeah, good. Yeah, clear. Yeah, you're all in unison. Yeah, you're all working off the same hymn sheet. Hymn sheet. Um, yeah, the vintners and the leather sellers. What's the latest? When are they going to get shifts back? Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Well, it's all linked to the House of Lords, you see, and a lot of them are lords and they're associated with that crack, so they'd only be going back for that. So I think it's associated with the school holidays, a whole lot of people are off. Yeah. Well, look, I'm sorry, man. We're working class, you see. They're upper class. They can law do all that's, yeah. Okay, brother. That's good. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Lauren? No. Yeah, yeah. Ah, right. All right. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 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 Yeah, well, that's nice that it marries up a bit, the Royal Albert Hall now and the libraries in September. So yeah, that's good stuff. I just hang around until the proms is over, I suppose. Um, and then I'll go back to the library ones. I like the two of them, and maybe when the Mansion House gets back as well, we'll see. Yeah. I've done the stadium stuff. Yeah, yeah. I've done about 6 or 7 or 8 of them. I've done Tottenham 3 times. I've done Wembley about 5 or 6 times. Gabriel knows me anyway. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Of course, yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, brother. Thanks, Rob, for the call. Appreciate that. Yeah. God bless, mate. Bye bye. Yeah, so I'm little bit up in the air about Ezra still. It's just that last stop, that last midfield spot I have to nail down. Harry Kane isn't here anymore. Well, I don't look. I think he will go. A lot of people are saying I hope he does go because then that's a headache gone. Um, and I'm not sure Spurs are up to much. I know the Madison's in there, but he's not lit the world on fire. Um, Giovanni Lo Celso has the couple of games I've been listening to. He's really knitted in that midfield. He's been playing high and he's really slotted in very well. I always liked him anyway. It's just that he was out the door and known there for ages. He wasn't. I think he's got a lot of energy and work rate that Ange Postecoglou likes. Whereas Antonio Conte is just so um, defensive and probably penalizes people for misses or I don't know. That's the end of an era. Um, so yeah, uh, yeah. I think I'm gonna go this way, and I still want to reassess. Can I get TAA and Trippier like I did in the other team, and still have the money for Salah? But these four are definite. Haaland's definite. Estupian, Gabriel are definite. Pickford or 4.5 is definite. So I'm going. I think I'm definitely 4-5-1. Maybe if I can get Martinelli in somehow. If I go for him, um, look, it's Forest at home. Awani, I like him. He's done well for like a good 10, 12 games. Originally, I was thinking of Jesus, Haaland, and Awani. Four in here and three. Um, it's not bad, but anyway, that's where I am there with that. What else? Yeah, that's just that. Join the whole Christy Nick stuff. Any more stuff in here now? Yeah, we have to have a quick look at Brighton. It's very interesting. They had A great game against Chelsea 4-3. They lost 4-3. It was 1-1 at half time. And this guy, I'm sure this Jason Steele, if he's going to carry on from last season and be the number one, he was liked over Sanchez because of his ball playing and his distribution and his tactical awareness and nous. De Zerbi liked him for that. Sanchez, the Spaniard, really miffed off over that, threw his toys out the pram and says, how dare, like he's had a lot of experience, a bit like the Joe Hart thing at City, you know, and Joe Hart had to leave in the end. But Sanchez now is in no man's land since and Onana's gone to United because he was mooted to replace the other Spaniard, De Gea, which is a shame. De Gea is a great keeper, but last season was enough, and he can't be a number two, not at his age. So it's the dawn of a new Onana. So yeah, I like Steele, of course. So you know, I'm looking at him, but he's 4.5. So what's the difference? Okay, Brighton are a better defense, so I might go 3 Brighton in the end. I could have Steele. The other goalkeeper that was there, that they've brought in from Holland, Brighton's Bart Verbruggen from Anderlecht. Quite a nice chunk of change there, 16.3. And yeah, he's exceptional with his feet. So he could have a bit of competition from this dude, but from the Chelsea thing, 1-1 at halftime. Jason Steele gets subbed off at halftime. Bart comes on and he does a Simpson, and it's 4-3. So look, he's a young keeper. I think he's the future. So you know the message is clear now with Sanchez. So he'll be number 2, and I think Steele will be number 1. What's this? Chelsea need another keeper to compete with Kepa Arrizabalaga after Eduardo Mendes' departure to Al Alil. Al Alil. Didn't know I could speak Arabic. So he's gone. So the Chelsea will need a number 2, but the die is cast as far as Sanchez. Sanchez is Brighton. He's been left out of the US tour, so for refusing to sit on the bench to cover Jason Steele towards the back end of last season. Very interesting stuff with Brighton. I did want to have a look at a few more other dudes at Brighton. This Simon Adingra. Okay, he's a new dude that's come in. Obviously, you know, I think it's a Danish club. 4-year contract. Came in June last year. He was out on loan, I think, yeah. Back to. So, like, he scored a couple of goals there against Brentford. Look, like, friendlies, what the hell do they care? I don't think they matter in the end. I think it's tried and trusted. Let's get a few games under our belts and see how our midfielders are keeping up and who's in form. Will Jesus score a hat-trick against Forest, and then we're all struggling and all wild carding after that. I don't like the thought of it. It's a risk if you don't have him. Will Martinelli cover him? Go without Martinelli, keep Jesus. We'll come to something, but there's not much more information. There's a few friendlies coming up that will tell all. The Community Shield would be coming up, I think. Will it be City and Liverpool? And what is it? Arsenal? Arsenal came second. Who won the cup? It was City. Who was in the... It makes sense if it was Arsenal. City, in all fairness, that's the one for me that would make more sense. Although Liverpool would love to have a game. I'd love to watch that, and we'll assess everything then. Ake is in my thoughts. I like Ake a lot. He's one of my favorites. He's just a reliable defender as well. And Stones in midfield is very interesting as well. But he doesn't play every game. But I think they have a World Club. There's something going on that they're going to miss a game. So we'll see. I don't know. So this Adringa is interesting enough. Keep an eye. He's a right footer that can operate on either flank from Ghana. So just on the watch list. And João Pedro, I really like this guy. He's a penalty taker. He scored against I think Chelsea as well. An assist as well. 21-year-old from Brazil, Fluminense. Not great with names and bits and pieces like Tommy Castagna. I can do him. Tomas, making his senior debut in March 2019. He's come from Watford. I think he scored 11 goals for Watford last term. When they were in the Prem, Watford before, I think he scored 4 or 5. So he's got a little bit of experience. He will be very interesting. A lot of competition with Undav and our man Evan Ferguson. But keep an eye. I'm just saying, keep an eye. I think he's 5.5 mil. So he's even better priced than I can't think of the Luton guy's name again, 6.5. There's a lot of 6.5 strikers this season. Yeah, this is it. This is a little article from FPL that will tell us a little bit more about the pricing of these guys. Yeah, have I been swayed by the article? Yeah, Almiron is there scoring, but I'm not sure. It's tried and trusted, and Newcastle have to overcome a really difficult start. They're well able for it, but you know, um, we all prefer to be playing lower six teams, bottom six teams, whatever. Almiron leveler against Chelsea, and that 1-1. Jake O'Brien is four. It's a pinch of salt with all these. It's not means that he's going to be a regular Jake O'Brien in that team. They're just getting a bit of experience. Yeah, I like this. So as a will be on panels, I like that. So if Brighton do anything or have a good run, he's going to be somewhere down to it. Yeah, this Simon Adrina Adingra, Simon Adingra, of course. 5 million. So I'm keeping an eye. I couldn't find these prices in the FPL setup today, so I'm happy I found this article. Villa's Musa Diaby 6.5. I'd prefer McGinn anyway. So it's a little bit more about Adingra. He's loaned out to Belgian Royal side, and a bit more about Jason Alzati as well, 4.5, and Zhao was 5.5. This is just a little bit in defense. Well, I'm not going to go with the Lucas Digne. That was the biggest trap of all last season. I had him and Bailey and the whole thing. Yeah, I went down that road. Yeah, no wonder 2.1 million in the world. Man, you picking these guys. Stay away. I've just only player I'd pick from Villa is Ollie Watkins. So not ruling out a change in formation if things go right for Ollie from the get-go. We'll see anyway. There's a lot more water to go under the bridge. We've got nearly over 2 weeks. Yeah, I like Tyrone Mings. At least he's going to be versatile. He's always going to be there, and he's a threat from the corner. Matty Cash. Look, there's big things. Alex Moreno, very interesting. Another good choice. Attacking left back. So that's the Villa. Carry on. Saka essential while Jackson stars again. I don't know. Is that Jackson? Chelsea's Jackson. Look, am I really going to put Chelsea's Jackson? I think it is young dude. Yeah, very. Am I going to really put him in front of Martinelli? Or am I going to no? But it's just to be aware. Yeah. So yeah, Kai Havertz 7.5, then Konku 7 million. He scored. Could be. Look. himself and Ollie Watkins and Haaland up front now. You can't go too wrong. But if it doesn't go from the get go, then you're going. I just don't want to be struggling for points straight off and then have to make it up, because what happens in FPL is if you're behind the curve, just even a 1 game week, people are getting their points, then they're going off the guys you're getting in, then they're on something else and they're always a step ahead of you. So this is the problem when you take these guys on. Oh yeah, Nicholas Jackman. Oh yeah, I'm going to take a punt on him, or in Kunko or whatever. What happens if Pochettino's gone by Christmas? We don't know. Mudryk now. Yeah, I'll get Mudryk. Oh, look at Chelsea. They're massive value. No way. It's not going to happen. This year is going to be no, I'm not taking any chances, mate. I've had too many clowns from last season. The biggest one, Sterling, who got sent off in the double game week. Well, he didn't actually. He got an injury. He fell down after a minute, and that was my whole weekend done. It was 4 years. It felt like 4 years, but it was 5 days of bloody torture. So not taking any chance on Bowen the whole lot. West Ham can go and whistle. I don't like their beginning of the season. Look, I like Bowen. Fair play. I've had Bowen a lot, but look, I think that fifth midfield spot I have is up for grabs. So not ruining Bowen. Oh, he's ruined me last season. He couldn't hit a barn door last season. He scores a goal in the Europa Conference League final, and now he's a legend. Not buying it at the minute. Okay, so Sisavu. Finet or Chinet, as they say. Chinet. That's all I heard in the Tour de France all month. Chinet, falsche roche, falsche lath. Oh, go many Jeff. Rocher, Rocher. How's that? Boher, Rocher, Rocherella. I could speak Irish if I wanted to. This, folks, this is the new FPL Top Dogs Sun Dream Team. This is the link. Okay, you can't do it here, but if you set up your Sun Dream Team, it's brilliant this year, folks. There's 3 chips. They've never had chips before. 3 chips. I'm going to do. I don't mean a curry chips and a taco chips and I don't mean that sort of chips. There's 3 power chips to play. They've took a leaf out of the World Cup fantasy. If you played it last season, now it's quite similar. Okay, it's the Sun sort of twist still, but it's a new format. It should really run, and the chip things are blowing my mind. I actually probably get more fun playing out this Sun Dream Team now with the chips than probably the FPL. Well, the FPL is mustard, it's the bread and butter, but yeah. So for this league, you need to set up your app on your phone for the Sun Dream Team and throw in this TMIZFASQ. I have 1 guy in there at the minute. I need to get more. I get more in later through lads from work that play the Sun Dream Team. And so it's FPL Top Dogs Official. That's the league name. Me and my friend Ashley's in this at the minute, and this will be the first official FPL Top Dogs Sun Dream Team. I know it's a bit weird, FPL Top Dogs, Ballyhaunis, but I'm incorporating this. We have Stevie Nolan and Jackie Malone with the draft. I'm not going to go hunting for the code now. It's in the WhatsApp group. If you want to be in our WhatsApp group, my one, Gone with the Dogs, Gone to, has in 2 the number, DA, Gone to the Dogs. I hate that with very urban. Yeah, that's mine. And then you got the FPL Top Dogs Official, which is run by Marky, the Oracle Phillips, and the lads, and Shane Faceman, Healy, and everyone, all the resident lads. So that's nearly it. Apart from a few closing faces. Just oh yeah, I got 2 things actually. This is Kieran Fitzmaurice, a great pal of mine. Worked together on several occasions in the 90s. Top geezer, loving the bits. Great lad down in down. How can you forget Brackloon, like the loons, woo, Loon Lake and everything. Good film if you watch Loon Lake, Loon Loon Lake, a horror. But no, it was a pleasure being down in Brackloon with Kieran, and the two trophies here. Kieran's son, Aidan Han Solo Fitzmaurice, came second when I won it in 2020, and in 21, um, he came third. So that was the probably the Euros League. Anytime there's a Euros or a World Cup year, I always get the World Cup variety, and these ones I always get outside of a World Cup or Euros. A few other picks. It was great just to link up. And this is Jerry Lyons as well, and with James Lyons's third place, the Mave, the Maverick. We never know what to expect from the Mave. Ballyhaunis' football captain, terrific. What a player, legend. And that's really it. And last but not least is the hats. Now, this is the sort of thing that my wife's been developing. This is the original that I was wearing earlier on. This one is the 2 years ago. Our guy Connor Hussey, Roscommon's number 5. He came 5th. And it's probably one of his first serious years. So that was sort of a play there, and I have no problem. I don't see Roscommon in this at all. The main thing what you got to do is you've got to kind of walk straight and never look back, and hope nobody knows. But I have no problem. This badge, wifey designed the whole thing. I told her what I wanted. I want the top 10 of the top dogs. Christy Nixon Public, FPL top dogs, Ballyhaunis. So very good quality. So that's the 21-22 season. Like the strap at the back as well. It's kind of, and this one is last year. Well, obviously Rory Harford won it. He's a dub, so there has to be something. I want to, why do we have a hat of that color? It's got to be something to do with either the winner or someone's had a great season, or look, maybe next year I'll have a polka dot for the Tour de France. Red, no, probably not. No, I got no point second guessing. But this one with the blue and the navy as well, same sort of badge. She's done a great job. So it's just a half and half. And that's the three of them. So that's the first year, 2021. I'll be getting this one, 2022, 21, 22. And I'm not allowed to have this one. But can I wear it just to advertise or just promote the? I don't think so, really. You have to finish in the top 10, and that applies to me as well. So I'll be ordering more of these caps, and I'll have them in September. And then when I come back at Christmas, I'll see who will be getting, see if I can catch up with people. The hardest thing about us is trying to catch up with people and try and figure out how we're going to meet and this and that. Rory will be popping over to London in October, and I have the trophy here somewhere. And we'll do episodes of FPL Top Dogs together, a game week live somewhere, maybe in his, probably over here where I am. And yeah, and obviously apologies to Joey there, couldn't meet up with you. No hard feelings. Apologies for being a jerk. So just say that. It's just because I have such a high, expectation sometimes, and you know, there's no need for it really at the end of the day. But yeah, everything's at the house. Joey Commando Neenan, and he'll let me know when he's about, and we'll. It's just a relief now that I've sorted out most of the trophies now, and even I have a picture of yeah, Johnny Morley as well with the trophy that Willie Nestor collected there, and I've left Willie's trophy down at the pub. I think that's going back to the season. Christy Kilcourse won it in 2018-19. He came third, I think, that season, third or second anyway. Probably second, I think it was second. Anyway, I'll let you go, folks, and thanks for everything. And obviously, give us a like and a subscribe to our YouTube channel. And that's it. Go out. Thanks for listening. Appreciate it all. Quite happy to be generally fairly happy where I am with this thing. Of course, we'll have to figure out what Kane does in the end. If he stays, it's going to be, it's guaranteed points, you see. So that's another thing. Who can mitigate? Where Carlson is interesting at 7 million, and he's listed as a midfielder, and he's without doubt playing more of that a striking element. He is at the apex. Scored the hat trick the other week, albeit it's Singaporean opposition. But it's all about momentum in this thing. So keeping my options open for that 5th place in the midfield spot. So good luck to whatever you're thinking of, folks. Hopefully that's gave you another different slant of FPL. There's a lot of influencers out there. I do all mine, just general little think of where I'm going or what I want to show. The main thing is to be in the form to do it, and I am today. And best luck, God bless, and go out, folks.